You may store credit card and bank account information in Paris, and each month use that information to automatically collect payments. This video describes how to use Paris for automatic payments and how to process one-time payments by credit card and bank draft. To understand how to process credit card charges through Paris, let's begin by using Paris to charge a one-time payment. This will introduce you to the pending transaction list, which you will also use for recurring payments. From the main screen, select Entry Inquiry, Bookkeeper Entry, Credit Card Functions, Pending Transaction List. Payments that are waiting to be charged appear in this list. If you want to charge an account one time, perhaps for a manual billing, you would add a charge to the pending list. You add an entry by clicking New. Select the location and then the account that is to pay you. If there is credit card information on file for this account, that information will be displayed. Otherwise, enter the name on the card, the card number, card type, and expiration date. Next, select the invoice being paid. The Payoff button will fill in the amounts to charge, or you may enter them manually into the grid at the bottom. To give an account a refund, you would enter negative amounts in this grid. Once you have filled in the amounts to charge a refund, click Save and close this screen. This has added the charge to the pending list. On the pending list screen, click the Request button to send transactions to your credit card processor. This screen may have slightly different fields depending on which credit card processor you use. It is rare to use, but you might wish to process one-time charges, known as daily transactions, separately from monthly charges. There is a drop-down box that enables you to do that. Select the locations you wish to process at the bottom of the screen. You may choose to email a payment notice to customers. Notices are only sent for approved charges. If you want to send notices, click the Send Email Payment Notice box, then enter a subject and message for the email. Click the Process button to begin sending pending transactions to your credit card processor. When processing is complete, you will see a prompt indicating how many charges were approved. When a charge is approved, the payment is recorded into account history. The payment date in account history will be the date you specify on this screen. If a charge is declined, a note is made in account history and the charge will remain in the pending list so it may be tried again. There are also reports available from the main screen that detail approved and declined charges. To use automatic credit card monthly payments, you first save credit card information into each account. When monthly invoices are generated, the ones to be paid by credit card are flagged, and then all those charges may be added to the pending list at once. Let's edit an account and enter their credit card information. Open the account to edit it, then click the Payment tab. Click the Pays by Credit Card option, then enter the name on the card, the card number, card type, and expiration date. Save the account, then close it. We will now edit the same account to show how the credit card number will appear. As you can see, the credit card number is now partially hidden for security purposes. To change the card number, type over the entire card number field. Some credit card processors, including 3C and Chase Paymentech, have services that allow Paris to store the credit card number on their server. If you are using one of these processors, the card number would be replaced with an ID field when you save the account's information. Once the credit card information has been entered to your accounts, you generate monthly invoices normally. At the end of the month, when you are ready to charge credit cards for next month's parking, select Entry Inquiry, Bookkeeper Entry, Credit Card Functions. Add monthly charges to pending. This will find all the invoices flagged for automatic payments and add them to the pending list. If you have already entered a payment or adjustment against one of these invoices, this will be taken into account when it is added to the pending list. For example, if you've adjusted the invoice amount due because of a terminated parker, the adjusted amount due will be charged, not the original total. Once you have added your monthly charges to the pending list, use the same function as before to send the transactions to the credit card processor. That is, you'd open the pending list, then click Request. Remember that for an invoice to be added to the pending list automatically, you must have the account marked for credit card payment at the time the invoices are generated. If you receive the credit card information after the invoice was generated, you may still add the charge to the pending list manually. Bank drafts are also known as pre-authorized debits, or PADs, EFTs, or ACHs. In Paris, these are handled almost in the same way as credit card charges. The bank account information is stored in the account. Monthly invoices are flagged for bank draft payment, and those charges are later added to the PAD's pending list. The difference is at the end of the month you will create a bank file known as a NACHA file and send that to your bank. NACHA is spelled N-A-C-H-A. The bank will use that file to transfer money from the Parker's bank account to yours. Let's edit an account and enter its bank account information. Click the Pays by Pre-Authorized Debit option and indicate whether this is a checking or savings account. The routing and account numbers should be taken from the bottom of a check, never from a deposit slip. The Has Been Pre-Noted box indicates that a test transaction has been sent to the customer's bank account. There is no need to touch this box now, but we will discuss it later. As with credit card payments, monthly invoices are marked for automatic payment by bank draft when they are generated. At the end of the month, you will add them to your PAD's pending list. Select Entry Inquiry, Bookkeeper Entry, Payments, Add PAD's Monthly Charges to Pending. This process adds the charges to the pending list, which is available from the same menu. As with the credit card pending list, you may edit existing items or add new ones to this list manually. The Request button opens the screen where you create the NACHA file for your bank. Your bank will tell you the values to use for the fields on this screen. After you enter the values once, you may save them and open them again next month using the Settings buttons. A NACHA file transfers money into only one bank account. If you have multiple bank accounts for your locations, you'll select a group of locations, create the file for them, then create another file with a different group of locations selected, and with different bank account settings entered on this screen. Note the ACH effective date field. This is the date you want the funds to be transferred to your account, and it must be a future date. The bank will reject a file that has a transfer date of the current date or earlier. The Create button generates the bank file. After you create the NACHA file, you will send it to your bank. Some banks want you to log on to their website to upload the file, and others may have you email or FTP it. Again, your bank will tell you how to send the file to them. Payments are recorded to account history at the time the bank file is created. With pre-authorized debits, your bank will notify you in a few days if a charge was declined, and you will need to reverse that payment in Paris. To verify the bank account numbers you entered for new accounts, you may wish to send a file of test transactions called a pre-note file to your bank. A pre-note file does not transfer any money, but contains test transactions. A test transaction will be rejected if the routing number or account number was invalid. You create a pre-note file by opening this screen and clicking the Pre-note Accounts Only option. The file will contain the test transaction for each account that does not have a check mark in their Has Been Pre-noted field. Paris will put a check in that box to indicate that the account has been included in a bank file. Typically, you would send a pre-note file to the bank a few days before you actually want to charge your customers. This will give you time to contact the customer and correct any bad account numbers. This video has shown you how to process one-time and recurring credit card payments. You also know how to store bank account information which may be used for one-time and recurring payments by bank draft.